technique we're going to look at today is the triangle choke off the London or Sean Williams guard.
So you begin with my opponent in my closed guard. My first mission is getting his arm to the mat. I accomplish this doing two things. I swing my hand between his elbow and my thigh, and I pull my knees close to my chest. As I create the space with the pull of my legs, I close the space with the swing of my arm, establishing a deep overhook. I immediately want to come to the other side of his neck, palm facing towards me. Once again, I pull my knees close to me. I'm going to release his arm and reclasp my hands underneath my knee, establishing the line. Once I'm here, I want to squeeze my leg super tight. I'm going to use my right elbow like a crowbar to free my right leg. I bring the elbow inside the thigh and I connect my knee to my elbow, much like you would in a shrimping motion or a elbow escape. Once I come here, I turn my hip out. I'm going to quickly circle my leg over the shoulder and cross my feet. At this point, I have him in position for the triangle. I just have to make a quick adjustment to my shin, pull the head down, lift the hips up. More often than not, this will be enough to get the tap, even though the triangle is less than perfect. But if you're squeezing to no avail, you'll lift your hips, put the hand in the pocket, create more of an angle, and then refinish. Common mistakes that people will make. The first is that they will include the head. While this isn't necessarily impossible to complete, it allows my opponent to easily stack me. Yes. And it also means that he could potentially stand up easier. Yeah. And that's going to, yes, be very difficult for me to maintain a grip. However, if I close just on his shoulder, if he goes to stack me, this acts as a defense. I flare my elbow up, preventing the stack. Secondly, if he tries to stand up, I pull, try to stand, it becomes very difficult for him to get high. So I want to make sure that I'm just on the shoulder, not around the head. If I start around the head, I'm going to quickly clear. Another thing is people are not used to using their elbow, so they'll release and push their hand. The problem is now, I don't have the clasp, you can limp arm out, you can just turn away and limp arm, yes. However, if I have the clasp, it's fairly tight, but I have to make sure I'm squeezing. I do half a crunch. Try to pull your arm out. It's not going to happen. So, all the way through.
And that was our triangle choke from the London.